This van is manufactured by Kabe, which is, or Kabe, I don't know how to pronounce it. As you can see, made in Sweden. And when you actually get inside, you can see it looks very Swedish. Now, the first thing that I would, of course, say is, oh, I don't like that bit at the top there. I like a nice flat roof. And you've got a nice flat roof, it means to say that you can get plenty of solar and other equipment on it. Having said that, it's got some very redeeming features inside. Now we'll have a look at this thing here, and we'll start off with the bad news. They have 113,000 euros, quite a lot. Now the weight there is 4,500 kilos. Other important things to say, well, it's the X780, meaning it's 780 centimeters long. It is on a Fiat Ducato basis, so there we have that's the internal width, and 249 centimeters the total width. It's quite wide, and so coming inside, looks like somebody's house in Sweden, but it's quite flash because I mentioned that the width, but they've got all that space down there to play with. Corner bed, which gives it's quite easy to get into because you've got a couple of steps up to it there, should you have any difficulty getting up into bed, that is. And as you can see, it's got a pretty thick mattress on it and lots of space there. Now the shower is in a sensible position, and it only got one plug, but it's got channels leading to the plug. Very wise. That's a very good idea. I don't know anybody else that does things like that. And toilet there. Now you may have, it doesn't come with a duct board, but I don't think there'll be any problem finding a duct board. Having said that, because of the position of the shower, I don't think you need a duct board. And above it, built in, look, this doesn't cost anything at all for the manufacturers, but it's got this. That is very, very useful. Hang your clothes up when they're wet, instead of putting them in the garage as you're supposed to do, and the heat in the garage or whatever, it's just daft. That is the best place for your wet clothes, in my opinion. I've got to say that the quality as well of the fittings is very nice. And look at the amount of space in there. And also you've got the Alde heating, which is another Swedish company. Down here, we have the rest of the heating unit. Kitchen with an oven and plenty of space to work in. Now, it said out there, you may have noticed, 5 people can sleep in here. Well, I've got the double bed behind me. Well, you saw the shape of the roof, which I was complaining about, so you'll probably realise that what we've got here is the bed, which comes down. But you can't really feel it or see it when you come in. You don't know where it is, so that is very well hidden. That's a good sign, I think. Chairs around the table does look, in this colour scheme, rather Swedish in my opinion, and I think the chairs seem a little bit on the low side, or maybe that's just my opinion. Now the vehicle is wide, and that I think would be a problem for many people. Maybe not in Sweden where the roads themselves seem to be very wide, but for driving around the Mediterranean or something like that, it could be a bit of a problem. Also bear in mind it's 780 centimeters long, which does make it more difficult to maneuver. Nonetheless, the quality of the fittings are really very impressive, and I think this has been well thought out as a van, with the provisos that I've just given as to how practical it would be for many of you to drive.